welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition of the PiGosaur Cup. PiGosaur Cup number 57, your weekly dose of PiGosaur Cup action. I'm of course your side VIP with you, enjoyed by these amazing players, by the people in chats, and by my plushies as well. Welcome, welcome, one and all. We are jumping into the round of 16, exclamation mark B in the chat. Hopefully everything's okay. But exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look back yourselves. We have been covering PiGosaur Cup via replays for the past 2 editions, but now we're back with a live broadcast instead. PiGosaur Cups are usually on Tuesdays, but this week it is going to be on a Friday instead, as I believe there were some scheduling issues, but also Pig, he only just arrived back in Australia yesterday. He was traveling to Canada, of course. He was part of Stellarfest. So he was out of the country, he was traveling, but now he has returned, and we've lined this up in such a way where he can cover this event while being safely back home with his setup, the microphone, cam, all that good stuff. But now here we go, we have our initial matchup, our initial TvT, and we are jumping back in. Oh, as it looks like we have some mouse issues here for Epic. All good, all good. We have our initial TvT. Also, as a reminder, this is the first PiGosaur Cup with the new ladder map pool. Not the first castle we've had. Of course, we were live yesterday with the Turtle Tussle, which was our own bi-weekly tournament for this region, for this time slot, which also did feature the new map pool. But now this is the second event that we're going to be covering with the new ladder map pool instead. Oh boy, there's a lot to get into when it comes to said new maps. Guess now? We'll let the players fix up their issues, then we can jump back in. Be good. We'll be doing good. But again, hope you all enjoying yourselves. Hope you all had a great week. Whew, it's been a pretty intense week so far. Of course, we were covering all the news during the podcast last night as well, as looks like we are back.
Game resumed.
We are good, we are back. Oh god, no. A little bit messy of a split there. But spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Ruby Rock, we do have the blue Terran player, the blue Terran, the American Terran for System Gaming. It is Epic. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the other American Terran, the yellow Terran. It is FoxeR. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our Terran versus Terran matchup. Let's go. Whew. Let us go. As again, due to daylight savings, this event is starting later than usual as well, so it's a much later event. It does make it that much more brutal for players from Europe to compete. As it is 2 a.m. Jesus, 2 a.m. over in Europe. I guess it depends. I mean, there's a lot of different time zones in Europe itself, but around 2 a.m. in the morning is when this event is beginning. So very, very, very rough time slot for the Europeans. But we do have the European D-Gens still showing up in a good force. And yes, Epic is correct. We did see an awful split. Hi. Let's go. Epic. But yeah, we have the European Degens still showing up here, so that's going to be Club and Max Packs. Club and Max Packs, they usually go to bed around midday, so hey, playing at 2 a.m. is perfectly fine for them, as they have destroyed their sleep schedules long ago. So they do go full Degen. When the sun rises, that's when they go to bed. That's when Clem and Maxis go to bed. Outside of them, though, we do have some of our other regulars. We have Nickrat and Mixu also staying up deep late into the night as well. And I believe those are the only Europeans. So Clem, Nickrat, Mixu, and Maxpax. These are the 4 Degens for the day. Outside of that, we have a good amount of players from the Americas, from Canada, from the US of A, and likewise a nice sprinkling of Koreans as well. Oh, sorry, I forgot about Shameless. Did miss Shameless at the bottom of the bracket, but Shameless also going full Degen, also staying up deep late into the night as well. So best of luck to the Europeans that did stay up late. We'll have to get rid of our logos mod soon after this game. I'll have to try to remember. Meanwhile, Epic, he does rock up. He does have the SCV here to tank, and we'll see if he can get some damage done as there's 3 Marines. Yeah, there's 3 Marines. With that, FoxeR will hold. Does hold on. FoxeR was a little bit greedier here. His CC was faster, so racks expand into Marine production from FoxeR. Very greedy, very economic. The downside is that FoxeR sees nothing. FoxeR, no SCV Scout, no Reaper Scout. FoxeR, he is in the dark, and he's going to be contained back at home. The plus side, though, the greed. The faster base, as the CC does complete, and he saves the SCV as well. Very nicely done here by FoxeR. As we get into our 1-on-1s, welcome to Ruby Rock, by the way. This is one of the newer TLFT maps added to the ladder map pool. This map is known for aggression, one of the smaller maps, shorter rush distance by ground. You can be very in the face of your opponent, bear that in mind. So despite this being a TvT, this could be a bit of a shorter one, especially if we do move out around the third base timing. For now, we are going to be denying mining at least. This is going to allow Epic to recover. It's going to allow Epic to actually build up his own natural. Hellion has a ride, and without FoxeR, he should defend. He should defend, he should deflect. Cyclone is on the way for Epic, getting to his own medevac. Medevac is going to be for drop play. He's going to be pushing out a little bit harder. So the aggression continues for Epic. Oh. Yeah, nice KDA charge. Epic making use of his Reapers, bearing in mind they can regenerate their HP. So he pokes in, regenerates, and then pulls back in. So he's been slowly whittling away at this army. Here comes the drop, here comes the Cyclone. And we'll see if Epic can break through. We'll see if he joins up with the main army or if he drops into the main base. Meanwhile, we can see that FoxeR likewise does have a Cyclone in position. It's in the main. Oh, he's going for it. Yeah, it does go in. Lock it on the Hellion. Hellion goes down. The drop will unload. And he breaks through the Marines. Yeah, Marines are going down. He doesn't quite get on top of the Cyclone. Quite. This FoxeR has to be so careful here with his army. The last so far he's holding on, he defends, and Epic is, for now, deflected. Behind this is going to be continuing to rally. He does have his tank production underway, getting his own tech lab on the starport for his own Raven production, I would imagine. We're building up into a longer game state, and do you see what I see? FoxeR, he's going for a second starport. 2-port, 2-base all in. 2-port, 2-base all in. Let's go. I mean, I say 2-port, 2-base all in. This is a more modern variation. If you remember, typically the goal of this build is to get air control, go into Massive Viking, and then go for a Liberator follow-up. When I say modern variation, the modern variation is to go Raven first. Then into the Vikings. So you'll have that Raven support instead. I believe this is less of an all-in. This does lead into a third TC, but it's still going to be quite committed. Still heavily reliant on that air control. As FoxeR is making 3 Vikings at a time. Epic, he rotates over. Does he scout? He does! Yeah, he sees. He sees both starports. Big scout here for Epic. Ooh. Cyclone goes down. Here come the auto turrets, and the auto turrets will be enough. The tank is cleaned up, and FoxeR does hold. FoxeR, he holds on. Now remember, Epic, he did scout both starports. He knows what's going on. Ideally, you react with your own second starport to build up your own Vikings. But here, Epic, he went for a very fast third TC. So, alas, he's going to have a little bit less to work with here. He does have 2 tanks back at him defensively. We'll see if FoxeR can break through. We'll see if we can at least contain Epic. Remember, Epic, sure, he has a third TC, but if he cannot land it, it will not matter. And FoxeR can potentially catch up. As FoxeR's own third base is on the way. There's a scan, spots the army. He's got 6, soon to be 7 Vikings. It's a lot of Vikings. Tanks stay within range of the production. Boys are here to repair. Raven is zoned away with the Vikings. And again, that's the goal here. The goal is to hunt down the Ravens, the opposing Ravens of Epic. FoxeR scans. Ready to plunder. Denies the CC. Again, he's trying to intercept. Specifically the Ravens. There are 2 of them. See that back here with the main army. Ramp is being covered. A tank does manage to get down to the low ground. So, okay, does drag the army in. Lands in the main. Okay, going for Sim. Sim. It goes to the SCVs instead. Yeah, it does waddle in. At the same time, tanks they try to break through. No, the unsiege! No, he does unsiege. He has to get the hell out of here. Does try to pull away. I mean, Vikings are getting damaged under the main base. They do deny Sim. Sim's denied 5 SCV kills so far. Tanks, they do get away, actually. Okay. He does pull out in time. I was concerned he was just going to be shut down, but no. And now he can leave. Now he can just pick up and leave. Raven's getting caught. And FoxeR is overwhelming. He's just overwhelming the army here. Has to be careful. There's a siege tank. The tank is sieged up. Vikings, they could have given chase there, but they didn't quite commit. Again, there was some nice damage in the main base. Production is stifled. As he's trying to move in. There are the auto turrets. Do we land the Vikings? Do we land? He's opting not to, but now he should push forward. Yeah, now he's going in. He's going in. There we go. He lands the Vikings, takes care of all the tanks, and FoxeR, he has done it. He has broken the natural. He's going in for the kill. Boys are being pulled into Vikings of all things. The Vikings actually kill SCVs very quickly. And GG. GG gets called. FoxeR, he will break the natural, and he will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. FoxeR does take a lead in the series. Again, a hyper aggressive build here by FoxeR, going for the 2.2 ace move out. Did get a third behind it, of course, but was hyper aggressive, hyper committed. Epic, he did see the second starport, but he had already invested into a third CC. Didn't have the resources to get into his own second starport himself. He was hoping he can maybe try to outposition the army with his ravens. He was able to try to get some disables off, of course, and try to catch the tanks, but was not able to. And again, he just completely gave up air control, right? He just did give it up. Did forgo it. GG. GG, well played. And here we go. We're now getting into game 2, and we'll see if FoxeR can claim the series here and now. We'll see if Epic can bounce back and force the ace match. Oh, the turtle. Hold on. Almost forgot. There we go. Beautiful. Just catching up with the chat. No, here at this tournament, here he wasn't here for. Let's see, KSL. He wasn't here for KSL, and he wasn't here for PiGosaur Cup. So here a little bit MIA. But he was here for the Wardy TV Mondays. So yeah, maybe otherwise unavailable. Here we go, and spawning in the bottom hand corner of Celestial Enclave, we have the American Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Storm Gaming down in the series. We'll see if we can bounce back on a larger, more macro map. It is Epic. And spawning in the top right corner, we have the yellow Terran player, the yellow Terran himself, the American Terran leading the series 1-0. It is FoxeR. Here we go. We are going to be jumping in, and oh, I did see that rally here. My eyes are on FoxeR as he did rally towards the left-hand side. If the Rax is back at home, is he tempted to proxy the factory or a starport? We'll see. We'll see as he does move his camera over. Meanwhile, welcome to Celestial Enclave. Now, this is an interesting map. We do have a pocket base. The pocket base, though, is a half expansion with less mineral patches and only one gas geyser. So it's typically ideal to save this base as a third or fourth or fifth instead. So save it for a little bit later here. It is less valuable early on. We have the natural, which is very secure. It's on the high ground. So we have the high ground natural base. The natural base is a little bit wider. It's a little bit larger because it does lead into the potential triangular third. But the natural is going to be safe and secure. The triangular third base here is also relatively safe. You can knock down these rocks, expand towards the top side, and get into your 3 and then 4 base setup. Otherwise, you can expand linearly. This low ground expansion, though, is more exposed. It's more wide open to the elements. We have a run by potential here on the right. We have attack path here towards top and left side as well. So we do have some attack paths available into that low ground expansion. FoxeR is going for a Rax expand, economic greedy build out of FoxeR, and he's going for the half base. Interesting. So he's opting to go for the half base here as his natural. Meanwhile, Epic did open up double gas, going for the faster factory. But quickly going over it, again, relatively defendable on 4 bases is what I will say. On I guess 3.5. On 3.5 bases, relatively defendable. The map is large, longer rushes and spy ground. We do often see longer and later games here on Celestial Enclave. And FoxeR, even though he did pan his camera over, he is not looking for proxying anything, not yet. We'll see where his SCV does go. Ah, there it is. He's heading on over. If you remember, we did see him panning over to this area at the beginning of the game. So my assumption was proxy factory or proxy starport. And we'll see what he does here. We'll see if he does decide to go for the proxy starport into a Hellion drop. Factory's on the way. Reactor as well. We could add on swap into Reactor Hellion. Show us what you got. Do we go for the swap? Yep, there it is. There's the swap. Reactor Hellion. Hellion drop. Here we go. Hellion drop into the pocket base. There is no expansion here, as we do see Epic is going for the regular expansion instead, but this is also an entry point into the main. So having no vision here is a little bit scary. And remember, this is the first PiGosaur Cup featuring this map pool. It takes some time for players to get used to these maps and to get used to some of the features of the map as well. Used to some of the quirks, used to what can be abused and what can't be. Hellions are spotted. Starport is almost done. We'll see if FoxeR can move out across the map unscouted. Epic backs off. Yeah, Epic, he does back off. The Hellions are rallying, and here comes that medevac. Oh, I mean, Starport is done. We'll see if he goes for the medevac or the Liberator. Oh, going for the Liberator instead. So he had two options. Either he goes for the medevac and goes for the quad drop into the main, or he goes to the Liberator and the Hellions harass the natural at the same time. So he's opting to go for the Liberator instead. So he'll have two harassing points. And we'll see if he can pull this off. Now, ideally, you line it up to hit at the same time. I'm gonna line it up. Hellions, they do catch some units here. Getting the Reaper, getting two, getting a Hellion as well. Very nice pickups. But diving into the mineral line at the same time. Oh, this is not gonna line up, but he has to pull the trigger. And does he get two SCVs? That's two, gets four. Four SCVs going down. This is going to be cleaned up. He does not get a fifth worker. Tries to escape, but he cannot. And again, he wasn't able to line this up. The Liberator has arrived. But now Epic can focus on one thing, then the other. Now, ideally for FoxeR, yep, Epic moves out. He moves out with everything. The Marines, the Cyclones. Here comes Epic's counterattack, which means what is there at home to defend? There's going to be a tank. There's going to be two Marines soon. That's it. Ooh, so limited anti-air here. SCVs are going to be going down. Epic, he's committed. We got to send it. He boosts in. Does boost into the bases. The Liberator denying mining time. SCVs are going down though. And FoxeR, he doesn't really have much to defend. He himself only has 4 Marines. Uh-oh. Only 4 Marines. The Liberator is going to be dealt with. 6 SCVs going down, getting up to 7. Maybe not. Still on 6. Tank does siege. Marines pushing in. We're getting messy, we're getting chaotic. And FoxeR will hold. We'll hold on. He shouldn't lose the CC. Shouldn't. There we go. We've got the boys to repair. And Cyclones are forced out. Now, as it all settles, where exactly are we? There's been a lot of damage on both sides. We have Epic, who's on 34 SCVs. We have FoxeR, who's on 38. So FoxeR has a slight economic lead. Oh, bold move. As Vikings going to get caught. Let's break the lock on. But FoxeR has a slight economic edge here. He's working towards Stim, working towards his bio. Meanwhile, Epic, to catch up, is going for a third CC on location, going for the pocket base. On top of that, FoxeR, he's already saturated. Like, this is also the downside of going for the pocket expansion. Yes, FoxeR, he has more workers, but he's not mining efficiently. Epic is. So again, expanding at the pocket base first is hurting him, as the higher SCV count doesn't really mean as much. Baker's moving out. Now there's going to be a faster upgrade timing for FoxeR regarding +1, Stim, combat shields, all will finish faster. But Epic is pushing in. He's going for the siege, and nice disable. He's going to go for the kill, getting on top of the production. Oof, disables both tanks. Both tanks are disabled, Marines are pushing in. Massive tank shots going up. But last FoxeR, he's still holding the line. He's still defending. He's holding on. Oh, hello. Starport is still out there. Tanks are pushing forward. And FoxeR, he will break out. See here, Epic is out of tanks. Out of tanks, has to pull away. One more tank does arrive. He's going for a drop at the same time. Oof. FoxeR breaks out at the same time. Here comes a drop into the mineral line. FoxeR does not turn around. He has some reinforcements back at home. He can pull the boys. And the Epic, he didn't unload. Yeah, he was late to unload. There we go. The army stims in. And it's going to cost a lot of SCVs. That's going to be, what, 7 SCVs going down. But here comes FoxeR. He's going for it. Oh, he sims up the ramp. Oh, it's not going to be easy. Vikings, they land. Marines, they try to break through. Boys are being pulled, and Epic will hold. Yeah, Epic, he does hold the line here. He does hold the ramp. Ah, it was very wasteful there for FoxeR. Threw everything away. Did get 4 SCVs, but again, only 4. Only 4 workers. Epic has a very comfortable economic advantage. Again, he's on 3 bases. He initially had the higher yield natural. And FoxeR is struggling. Now, what does FoxeR have? He has an army, right? FoxeR does have a slightly larger army, and he has to make use of it. He's going for the Doom Drop. There's so much riding on this Doom Drop. If he can get the mineral line, then sure, he can recover. But he needs damage. Epic, his main army is centralized here at the natural base. His pocket base, there's no Cell Naga tower. Oh, sorry, I should say there's no sensor tower. Army boosts in. And SCVs will go down. Yeah, they will go down. You can see we're completely out of position. Oof, massive tank shots going up, getting it through 14. 14 SCVs. Now it's time to get the hell out of here. Can he escape? Ooh, doesn't get the Viking. Yeah, it doesn't quite get the Viking. Marines are being thrown away. Gets one Viking towards the end. That was a trade. Again, 14 workers went down. Now the worker count is suddenly neck and neck. That was enough damage. Epic getting his 4th on location, being quite greedy. Can FoxeR punish? He's going for it again. This time there are Vikings. Yeah, this time Vikings are in position. Boost is now on cooldown. Uh-oh. Yeah, Boost is on cooldown. Viking shots going off. And he's going to lose a full medevac. Oh my god. Full medevac is down. He gets 1. Does he get 2? Barely gets 1. Again, a massive loss for FoxeR. This was not worth it. I mean, it can be. Does get the tank. Does siege. Boys are being pulled, but this is a better defense here for Epic. Cleans up the army. That was an expensive loss for FoxeR. He rallies into tanks as well. Some big missteps here from FoxeR. Losing everything. And Epic takes a lead. It does take a lead. Again, it was risky to go for the drop again. It wasn't just risky to go for the second drop into the pocket base. It was also risky that he didn't have a boost, right? He boosted across to this location. He didn't hold on to his boost to go into the base or to get away. So it was very, very risky, very greedy from FoxeR. He got punished for it, as he had no boost. And the game is slowing down. Slowing things down. FoxeR getting his own 4th base. And I'd love to see more sensor towers here for Epic, as he's spreading himself a little bit thin. FoxeR going for his double drop. But the planetary's done. Yeah, it's already a planetary. Epic, he moves out with a massive army. And it's too late to turn around. I should say he's too far out to turn around. He even has he has defensive reinforcements. He's fine. Yeah, FoxeR, he defends and he attacks. He's going for his own Doom Drop. FoxeR, he's exposed. The pants are down. He gets in. Epic gets in. Batty. And he might even just kill the CC. Yeah, he can give chase. He can give chase. CC should not float away. That's a kill. Get him to the eBay as well. All the depots. We see FoxeR going for his own drop, but again, there's only a handful of Marines here. And Epic is snowballing out of control. Again, it was intense. We had our back and forth. FoxeR had some moments. Epic had some moments. It was an impressive comeback when FoxeR killed the 14 SCVs, but then he got greedy and he went for the drop again. So Epic, he turns back around. Shuts down the drop. FoxeR barely has anything left. And right now, the best chance that FoxeR has is hoping that Epic makes the same mistake that FoxeR did. And what I mean by that is maybe Epic overextending, going for another Doom Drop into one of these bases, and then FoxeR catching the army. If that can happen, then sure. But he is relying on Epic to make some mistakes. Finds a proxy. from the start of the game. Epic's almost maxed out. How many medevacs are there? One. Oh, he's stepping in. Yeah, he's going for the dive. FoxeR with his heavy tank out, he will clean this up. Again, FoxeR, this is the only medevac he has. One medevac, so this is where Epic can take advantage of how immobile FoxeR's army is. Scans into the pockets. Dewdrop's coming in. FoxeR, can he catch him? Up! 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 He steps in! Does he get him? He gets one tank. Whew. Gets one. Takes out one tank. These are some nice little moments here for FoxeR. Fun fact, if this army just boosted in, these tanks would go down. Like, there's no support here. But Epic, he pulls away. Pulls away, double expanding, getting his 5th and 6th base. Epic is about to max out. You can see FoxeR is hoping to catch a drop. He's like, drop into my pocket base, please. Por favor, papi. But Epic dropping towards the natural instead. And Marines, they rush in. He gets one, he gets 2 tanks. He does drop into the main base, actually. Okay. I mean, again, this is more ideal for FoxeR because he's fighting the army like a portion at a time. Oh god, the trades though, Jesus. FoxeR's heavily overstimmed, and despite having the overwhelming army, I mean, Epic still trades very well. I mean, hey, that's the power of the medevacs. And GG gets called. The writing has been on the wall. At Epic, he does have the series. We're going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. We are going to game number 3, and we'll see how this story ends. We'll see how this all does come together as we're loading into that 3rd and final game. Again, it was very back and forth. FoxeR had some good moments, Epic as well, until the one time that FoxeR did overextend, it did make some mistakes, it did lose his entire army, and with that, Epic was able to counterattack and kill the natural, kill the pocket base specifically. Kill the pocket base of FoxeR. And did snowball from there. And now we're getting ready for game number 3. After this series, we'll be going over the bracket itself. We'll be catching up with what has been going on. We will get there. As looks like our players are just getting ready. There we go. We're getting into the ace match, and I'm curious to see what map we load into next. Yep, it's going to be loading into, oh, White Rabbits. Okay, this is another larger map. Now, we spoke about some of the features of Celestial Enclave. There's a pocket base. The 5th and 6th are a little bit more spread out. Here, your centralized 4 bases are much more secure. The rush distance between them is a little bit longer, depending on which bases you do take. We'll get into it, but White Rabbit is another larger map. Larger map, longer rush distance by ground, more defendable on 4 bases, but because it's larger, there are also more areas to proxy. And hey, FoxeR did proxy last game. Did proxy in game 2. We'll see if he does it again. As spawning in the top right hand corner of White Rabbits, we have the American Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is Epic. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his yellow Terran opponents. We have his opponent. We have the yellow Terran, the American Terran. It is a FoxeR. Here we go. And welcome one and all to White Rabbits. White Rabbits is a reference to the Matrix. It's a reference, so it's very green and black. It's very so aesthetically it's really cool. The map itself is, again, as we mentioned, very large map, known for longer and later games. We could slow things down, but no, never mind, as we're going for the proxy. Let's go. As we mentioned in the lead up to this, for a reason, because it's so large, there are more areas to proxy, not just the size of the map, but remember, the map pool has been live for a couple of days. It's been less than a week since this has been added to the ladder, and there are chances here that Epic and FoxeR haven't really played much on it, and they're not really familiar with the common proxy locations. So this is where, especially early on in the season, proxies can be even stronger, even harder, because you're less familiar with where commonly proxies are a little bit better, and where to scout exactly. For now, double gas. Double gas opener. Epic is going for a Rax into factory. Very safe opener. So safe opener out of Epic, going for the faster factory into faster Hellion into more of a defensive setup. Meanwhile, FoxeR Rax, ooh, into Marauder. Okay, I was curious if it was gonna go Rax into factory, but no, Rax into tech lab. Proxy Marauders are on the way for FoxeR. Bold move here. So this is going to hit a little bit later. It's going to be hitting a little bit later. We're going to be building and backing up a couple of Marauders before striking that natural, and we'll see what he can get done. I mean, hey, Marauders are going to be a really good way to deal with Hellions as well. So despite the safer opener, there's still potential here for FoxeR. As here comes Concussive Shell. Likewise, the hope here is also to have a CC on the low ground, and there it is. Command Center's on the way. So the space is also going to be exposed, potentially even cancelled. Back at home, there's not much to defend though. Oh, we're getting a little bit awkward. The Reaper's about to arrive, and there's nothing at home. In TvT, it's very common not to move out with your first Reaper, but Epic has arrived and there's nothing. Oh no! The factory will not complete. There is literally 0 units to defend with good enough micro. Epic, he shouldn't lose this Reaper. He shouldn't lose it. SCVs are falling. At the same time, Marauders, they do try to push up the ramp, and Bunker's on the way. He has to stop the Bunker. Does stop it. Does get up the ramp, but boys are being pulled. Hellion has arrived. And Epic, he should hold. Almost gets a surround. Zones away the Marauders across the map. He does not get surrounded. More SCVs are falling. And FoxeR is being torn apart by the one Reaper. The one Reaper, pappy. Meanwhile, the Bunker's almost done. There's a cancellation on the CC. Marauders are going in. They do kill a good amount of SCVs. But now there's a second Hellion and the initial... Oh no, the Bunker! The Bunker's almost complete. Still not done though. There we go. Just barely finishing up. Just barely. And Epic holds. Epic, he does hold on. There's a salvage, and we're in a really awkward game state. So in the end, the Reaper was sniped. We did lose how many? 11 SCVs and 8 SCVs across the map as well. Epic, he's hunting down the reinforcements, hunting down the production. And Epic does have the faster command center. You can see here the CC is halfway done. So halfway done, Epic does have the better economy with the faster expansion. Meanwhile, FoxeR back at home, getting into his own 1-1-1. No command center yet. There we go. It's on the low ground. So the game is going to slow down. Whew, okay. Okay, we gotta calm down, Pappy. Gotta calm down. So where exactly are we here? So first things first, we do have the initial tank drop on the way for Epic, so he's going to be counterattacking soon with his own tank, with his own medevac. Meanwhile, back at home defensively, FoxeR doesn't really have much. He's going to have Hellions to defend. This should be Hellion into Cyclone, I hope. Cyclone is going to be ideal here to try to shut this down. We'll see if he goes for his own tank. Yeah, Cyclone's on the way. Again, a later command center here. FoxeR is going for his own drop as well. It'll be disastrous if they pass by each other. Like FoxeR doesn't really have much to defend. He's gonna have one Cyclone. Oh! Epic to spot this. They spot each other. Medevac under fire. And will not go down. But at least FoxeR, he knows what's coming his way. But again, can he stop it? Can the CC finish? Oh! It can. Yeah, just barely. Whew. Thankfully, one volley was wasted from the Hellions. Dropping to the main base. Boys are being pulled. A lot of SCVs gonna be going down. They get roasted. Hellions are roasted. Epic pushing into the main base. Likewise, everything else is on fire. SCVs are going down, but the tankers came with the production. The Cyclone! No! The Cyclone goes down. There's nothing here. And now there's no Cyclone. At the same time, defensive Banshee. The Banshee defends. Tank does pop out. FoxeR's got his tank. The boys are being pulled. Ooh, into Hellions though. Oh my god. Nice. Epic, he barely does drop behind the mineral line. Deny mining. He's nice mining. At the same time, Banshee does defend. Tank is slowly moving in. Nice tank volley. Tank shot goes up for FoxeR. He has 0 income. He has no money. He has no mining. FoxeR does. Here comes a mass on siege. FoxeR, he will break out. Cleans up the army. Eventually. As the Cloak Banshee has arrived. No, we have no skins! Not like this. No skins. The Banshee does rock up. Gets 9, 10 SCV kills. No scans, no detection, no nothing. We're getting messy, man. As FoxeR does defend his natural. It's his natural. The one Banshee is still just going ham in the main. The Raven is on the way, but still in production. That's going to be 22 SCVs. Epic back at home is down to 14 workers. We do see FoxeR dropping across the map. Can he keep going? Can he kill some SCVs? He can. The boys are being pulled. Lift, Pappy, lift. No, no. Oh my god, just barely. Just barely in time. Epic is down to 11 workers. Okay, let's go. The tank. Oh, the mule! He's gonna repair. Up. What? There we go. The FoxeR is crazy. Banshee's still being annoying. Okay, that we have the auto turret. Speaking of auto turrets, though, oof. Yeah, defensive auto turret does kill the tank. One tank left. It does get one more worker, but it's going to be a one-way trip. Tank is cleaned up. Banshee does rotate towards the low ground. Still finding more damage. And Epic, he should have this. Like, Epic, he has almost double the worker count of his opponent. He's mining. He has map control. He's moving out. We had a very chaotic game. It was crazy, man. But this is FoxeR's army. FoxeR, he's down to 1 Raven, 1 Banshee, 2 Marines. Doesn't really have much income, and Epic is rallying. He's rallying across. The Cyclone is something that cannot be dealt with. Ooh. Nice snipe of the Banshee, but they do snipe each other. And GG gets called. Epic, he will take the series 2-1. He'll advance on to the quarterfinals. GG. The hell just happened? GG, well played. Congratulations here to Epic, as does claim the series, but a very intense back and forth. And again, I can see a world where FoxeR could have 2-0'd. Like, game 2 was very close. Like, we spoke about it, but game 2, in my mind, would have been FoxeR's game if he didn't try to drop back into the pocket base, where he lost 3 medevacs. 3 full medevacs went down. That was brutal. That was a brutal loss of FoxeR in game 2. If that hadn't happened, I can see him maintaining his lead and taking from there. Here in the ace match, I mean, it was very chaotic, right? We had Proxy across the map, Proxy Marauder. In the end, we did see that Epic was able to hold on. Counterattack, we had Cloak Banshees going in. We had the tank drops as well. It was crazy, Pappy, but GG, well played. Congratulations to Epic. Congratulations. Whew. And there's a lot of catching up to do. Let's go. Let's head on over here. Exclamation mark. Be in the chat to have a look at the bracket yourselves. Let us head on over and catch up on said bracket.